Dan, we got a special treat for you this week. Stoney's in for John.
All right. What's up, Stoney?
How you been?
Good.
Good, man. I assume you were up late night scouting and taking notes just like we were?
I was, yeah. I was kind of looking at what they've done up to this point and then just trying to look over my shoulder at the TV and watch a little bit of that, too, while it was going on.
So when you watch those two teams play, defenses looked really good, but the offenses had some problems. You have more confidence going into next week's game in Philly after watching the Eagles play?
Well, I mean, you got to get all the information, you know. I mean, we got to put this in with everything else and kind of take it for what it is. Obviously, you just said it, two very good teams, two very good defenses, and both sides, the offenses, there's weaponry on both sides. You know, it was really, both teams, about the time you make a play or two here, then something negative happens. You know, you get a negative run or you get a sack or a penalty or a turnover, and that kills you on offense when you're playing really good defenses, man. It can't. In that kind of game, man, that's all it takes to put you in a bad way. So we got our hands full. It's always good to see some of these teams, to know what you're getting ready for, to understand the type of talent that's over there. These guys have won a lot of football. Certainly they're champions. But it's something our guys embrace, man. We're embracing this, and we're going to look forward to this big time.
One of the unique challenges playing Philadelphia, the tush push. And I know you guys have been for keeping it in the game, but it's just another thing you have to prepare for. And how it's officiated, I know, has been a challenge this year too. But what is it like to prepare for that play?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing easy about defending it. It's hard. The good news is they're not hiding it. I mean, you know what's coming. And then they've got a couple of wrinkles off of it. They'll show it, and then they'll hit the perimeter. Once you're all crunched down in there, he'll take it and either hand it off or take it off around the perimeter on a run, that's a good curveball. Good change-up for him.
How do you practice that, defending it?
Well, it's difficult. I mean, you can't really practice that per se, full speed. I'm not going to line our guys up and say, all right, we're going to go 100 miles an hour here, guys, snap the whistle on tush push, 8 times a day. So it's just more about the technique and how you want to defend it, what you want to do. We're fortunate here. We got some pretty good dudes that know how to play with leverage. DJ Reader and Lopez and Mack and those guys. So that's where it all starts is, man, you around the center in those two A gaps, man, you got to have a couple of stumps, you got to have some stumps that have roots, and it starts there, and then everybody's got to fill in. So, listen, the tush push is the least of my concerns. I know it's going to show up, and it's a good play for them, but we got a lot of other things we got to defend before that.
Speaking of the guys up front, you kind of praised Lopez yesterday for the way he played. So I'd like to ask you how he's improved. And on the flip side, Talik Williams didn't have a lot of snaps on Sunday. Is there something that he needs to do to get back more in the mix?
No, yeah. Well, Lopez has just been, really since he's gotten here, he's playing at a high level, man. It's one of the reasons we wanted him here. He's an outstanding role player for us. When he comes in, we don't miss a beat, man. He can lift the point of attack, man. He's one of those guys, man. He plays with leverage. He's stout. He's strong. He's explosive. But then he can run the line of scrimmage too now. So you want to run wide zone on him, he can get knocked back and run. I mean, that was evident the other day. I mean, he was in the backfield 2 or 3 different times. He's one of the reasons we had some of these TFLs. And then he plays hard, man. He plays snap the whistle. He always does. And, that's him. And so he's really kind of been doing that anyway. But I just thought it showed up in the nature of that game and what Washington was trying to do. It was just good to see. And so I love that room right now. He's a big part of that. And no, Tyleek's just a young guy continuing to get better, growing, and there's just a little inconsistency at times, but that's not out of the norm. He correct it, get a little bit better, and move on. The hard thing for him, which is a good thing for all of us, is Max playing good, Reeder's playing good, Lopez is playing good. Hey, man, you got some good players in front of you right now. And so all he's got to do is elevate his game, and then he'll be in front of them.
Talking to Lions head coach Dan Campbell. Dan, you and your reading glasses were the talk of the city on Sunday. Calling plays, is it like riding a bike, and is it something you plan on doing for the foreseeable future here?
Yeah, I joke, and in fact, I swear I can see like an eagle from a mile away. But you put it about a foot in front of me, and I might as well be blind. I'm sure we all can relate to that.
Yep.
But some of it is, there's a feel to it. Look, it felt right. There's things I got to clean up, but it felt, I guess that's the closest thing. There is a little bit feels like it's riding a bike, which is a good thing. And it helps when you got good players, right? And it helps when you got a quarterback like mine. It helps when you have a staff like I have, because they make it all right. They help the flow of everything. So that was big. And I do. My plan is to keep calling this, and I got to get better. We got to get better as a team, and we got a big challenge this week.
When you say it's collaborative, if you could take people inside that world just a little bit, without revealing too much, of course, you guys get a first down, then what's that input like? Who are you hearing from, and what all needs to get juggled before you relay a play in?
Well, look, so much of it, you're always getting input on down and distance and hash. Even though you're watching the game, you're also you're on to the next play and the play after that to the next play after that. You have to stay. You have to stay 2 or 3 plays ahead. And then inside of that, you also have to know the contingency of, all right, I'm 3 plays ahead, but then what if there is a TFL? Now you got to play 3 plays ahead of that if you get a loss or if something happens, so you're kind of trying to juggle that and play that, and so you're always getting somebody that gets you down in distance. You got to get personnel in. And then the same token, depending on, all right, we just earned a first down, they're telling you what your own stats are. Here's what you've done. Here's what the defense has done to you on the same situation for this game. And so a lot of it is in-game, while, okay, these are the adjustments that are going on during the game. We have a good idea going in what they're giving us, right? That's why you build the plan the way you do. And so there's just all those little things. A lot of it is, man, you go, and then, man, you start asking for input. Like you get somewhere, okay, we're second. Hey, Johnny, what do you got here? Hey, Hank, what do you got here? And then sometimes you just go with your gut between the 2 plays that were given to you, and so, or you already know the call of what you want to do.
Speaking of input, when you made the decision, was there any player involvement, like a players' council? Any players came to you and said, we think we need to make a change, or was this just you on your own saying it's time?
Yeah, no, nothing like that happened. It was just me.
What would you say, how would you describe your connection with Jared Goff? Because everybody focuses on play caller and quarterback and how important that relationship is. How in sync are you guys?
It's very tight, and it's very strong. It's very tight. I think we see the game very much the same way, it's really good, man.
You guys and other offensive coordinators around the league, it's kind of a broad question, but a lot of times the first drive of games are scripted, so to speak. You know what you're going to do. How come is there a way to script other portions of the game? Obviously, if you're backed in at your own inside your own 10-yard line, you have to go off script. But is there ever a situation, all right, here's what we're going to do in the first drive. This is this script, and then we're going to have another script for drive 2. Does that ever happen, or is it just you fly by the seat of your pants once the game gets going after the first drive?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is you just go with the flow after that. I think that's what you're gathering your thoughts for the second, but you when you go into those games, you're walking through those plays. Here's guys, this is what we're going to do. Yes, it is scripted for the most part. Now, if we get off of what you hope is in the plan of what you're doing, we're going to continue to gain yards. So these are the plays we're going to play, and blah blah blah. And so you walk through those, but you don't walk through another segment of them. We've done here. I mean, Ben used to script second half plays. Now we didn't walk through those, but they had those. Like, all right, when we come out second half, here's the 6 plays that we're going, or 7 plays. And that was back when we were having those struggles coming out at halftime 2 years ago. So we started doing that and a little bit, and so yes, I mean, look, you can do it any way you want to do it, but I think the big thing is, it's hard you can say, okay, guys, we're gonna go through these plays here, we're gonna walk through these opening. Okay, hey, now after that, in the second series, all goes right, we're gonna walk through these plays, and then at some point, it's like, well, wait, that's what all practice was about. We just went through all these plays, man, preparing for the game. So, but you can do it any way you want, Stoney.
Mm-hmm. You obviously played in Philly as a Cowboy and as a Giant and maybe even as a Lion, but I don't believe you were a head coach there. I know the Lions haven't played there. Do you have any crazy Philly stories? Because the fans from my hometown are pretty sick in certain ways.
Yeah, it's a great place to play. I mean, it's electric. It's had batteries thrown at us, spit on. It's just the classic stuff, man. It's probably the most hostile place to play. And then, going into the stadium, leaving it during the game, things have backed off a lot now since back in the day. Like, some of these things you can't do anymore. But I remember Strahan in '99. Or no, maybe it was '99 or 2000. Anyway, I think it was '99. Strahan, I think we were in overtime. Anyway, he took I think it was a fumble recovery all the way back to the house. We won the game because of that. So we all go back there to meet him, and I just see this. It was like a 64-ounce cup this guy had that was full of tobacco spit. Oh. And I'm running over there celebrating. He just pours it on Strahan's back while everybody's running over there. I backed off at the last minute.
Yeah, good call.
But just stuff like that. So it's a hostile environment. I mean, it gets you fired up, and I'll make sure our guys are prepared. They're going to love this. They really are. Our guys are going to freaking embrace this. This is fun stuff now.
That's what I wanted to end with. We're going to talk a lot about this game. It's a big game. How are you going to talk to your team about it?
Well, look, it's keep your poise. Keep your poise. Understand they're going to know they're going. I'm going to give them a very good snapshot of what this is going to be like. Keep your poise, and then, man, every play matters. Every play matters. Like, this is a heavyweight. This is a heavyweight match, and man, one misstep can cost you this game. Now, that shouldn't make you tight. That shouldn't make you play conservative. Just understand, man, it's going to take all 3 units, and every play, man, you got to give it your full attention and lay it on the freaking line. You can't ask for anything better. Our guys are going to be so excited to play in this one. Our coaches are excited to coach in it. So, man, this is big-time football on Sunday night. So we're going to be fired up. We're fired up.
Sound it.
Lions head coach Dan Campbell. Good stuff, Dan.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Have a good one.
It's 97.1.